So this is middle-aged old lady. She has history of chronic pancreatitis, and since 3 months duration, she has increased abdominal pain, and she has a lump abdomen. We have already introduced the US scope, and you can see here this is the large cyst with clear content in this, and it has been already decided that we will put the plastic stent. So all the steps of US cystogastrectomy plastic stent demonstrated here. So
Okay.
can we have a needle, US needle?
Yeah. So which needle would you prefer?
So this is 19 gauge needle, I think Boston Scientific, so that you can push the wire of 035 wire through this, and I'm putting the needle.
Okay. So would you like to check for anything before
Yeah, of
puncturing the
course,
site?
as Dr. Ritesh has asked, before puncturing, please put the Doppler. So you can see that there is a no.
Increase the size of the box. Okay. So in between, I will keep on explaining something about adjusting the size of the box. Number one is once we apply the box, this is the box that appears. What we need to do is we need to increase it. This will become smaller and this will become bigger in this direction. We will side x-axis, y-axis. Anyway, so now Dr. Deepak wants to see the size of box on the entire cyst.
No, I want to see the wall so that
wall of the cyst.
Yeah, of course.
So you want to see the wall of the cyst. So I will make a small box. I will make this box smaller, and then I will bring it closer to the wall.
Yeah.
So what you want to see is what is happening in the wall.
Yeah.
You will finish off what are the structures in the wall, if there is any vessel or not.
Yeah.
So this is the box.
So
Okay.
you can see after rotating clockwise and anti-clockwise, you can see whether there are vasculatures in your path of needle path, so that you do not puncture the vasculature.
You want to see the full depth again to remove
Yeah.
color Doppler. We will go slow one by one so that the audience understands each step. So what Dr. Deepak said was he applied color Doppler to see the wall. He identified,
Yeah.
then he removed the color Doppler. Then at the time of applying color Doppler, it was zoomed up because we want to see all properly. But then we removed the Doppler. Now we are decreasing the depth. You to see the whole of the cyst.
Yeah.
When we want to see the whole of the cyst, we want to decrease frequency to lowest. This is high frequency now. We'll decrease it to lowest, and also we'll move this focus up to the lowest most part, so that we can see the whole of the cyst. Dr. Deepak still want to see the cyst. You happy
Yes.
with this now?
Yeah, definitely. Now whole cyst is visible. So you have seen there is no vasculature in your needle path from where you will puncture. That's very important. Otherwise, if you will puncture and if you will dilate, then there is chances of a bleed. So then if you plan for plastic stent, as in previous lecture has been shown, that you have to change your strategy to metal stent for tamponade defect.
So before you puncture, Deepak, wait a minute. Do you think there are debris inside? You want to rotate and see?
So I feel it is debris, but Dr. Malay is in difference with me that this is not debris. This is the reflection of, because the cyst is in lesser sac. So Dr. Malay has a difference of opinion.
See, this is where I would say that this is the pancreaticoduodenal fold which is feeding this.
Yeah.
And if we find by application of color Doppler a blood vessel within this, then I would say this is pancreaticoduodenal fold. And second thing is we would move the just so this will not change shape so much as it is, because the peritoneal fold will not change shape so much.
Yeah.
And debris, by irritating, they should change the pattern. So I have three reasons to show that this is part of superior pancreaticoduodenal fold, and debris cannot be collected in such an irregular manner. They would be definitely having some sort of a layer. But my views.
Yeah, of course. So take out the sheath And then,
So which needle are you using?
so this is Boston Scientific 19G needle. So
Okay.
that with 19G, you can 035, you can wire pass through it.
So what are the wires you can pass through 22G needle?
So this is 19G 35.
Okay. And 22 is for 018.
01.
Okay. When do you need to use 018 guide wire?
So in this case,
No, I'm just asking for the,
okay, not in this case. 08 wire used usually in ERCP.
okay.
Not in cystogastroscopy. I
So
don't
in
use it.
EUS guided puncture, the one therapeutic intervention I have used it in when I am putting coils in bleeding vessels,
Yeah, of
that is
course, sir.
gastroduodenal artery bleed, microcoils,
So if it is a small, either
small vessel.
yeah,
And
small,
through that you will put in 0.018 guide wire. So that for the audience, it is important to know that through this 0.035 wire will go, and for this small, a smaller guide wire.
So for less dilated pancreatic duct, uh, would you use 0.018 wire?
Yeah, pancreatic duct also. Yeah, that is again same indication.
not puncture.
No.
So now I will the cyst location at your 6 or 7 o'clock position, so that because needle will come tangentially.
Okay.
So if your cyst location is like 5 or 4 o'clock, the cyst cavity, you will not puncture the cyst cavity. So it will go tangentially. So your cyst location is very important in US also when you are puncturing it.
I have one request, Dr.
Yeah.
Deepak. We have had several, we must tell the audience as to what wrong can happen. So one of the things that wrong can happen is probably that you can puncture at approximate the level of diaphragm. And you can be in the esophagus, since we are having view of endoscopy now.
Yeah.
So I personally have one trick is, which is that at this place before I drink, I will rotate the scope whole way and see where exactly is the diaphragm. Because right now, when I rotate it, I am seeing this is the crux of diaphragm.
Yes.
So the crux of diaphragm is here. So the crux of diaphragm is posteriorly, though this cyst is anterior at a lower, but this is one of the tricks here. So I want to again rotate more to see if there is a liver and all this, though most likely. Second thing is, Miss, would you like to puncture it a little more inside, or you feel comfortable with the side?
I'm comfortable with it.
You feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So, but this is one trick that I found.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You see the upper lobe of liver diaphragm, and your scope after rotation should be below that
Yes.
level of diaphragm.
So you can also confirm it on fluoroscopy because the lung shadow would be easily seen on your fluoroscopy. So the position of your scope, how many centimeters it is below
Yes.
the lung shadow, can give you a rough idea whether your scope is well inside the diaphragm.
So this is for beginners. Again,
Another
like
point, I make it point that when you rotate both clockwise and anti-clockwise, you make sure your position in between.
okay.
So if something happens, either patient burps or your scope position just get dislodged slightly. So you are in between, so that your position remains there.
So fantastic
Yeah.
point, because people who do it, they don't know all these smaller detail. They don't know what is going on in the mind of the person who is
So
doing it.
like this one.
Like this is not happy.
Yeah.
You rotate it all the way to the other side,
Then
and
I'm
again
not process-
disappearing,
Yeah.
and then you selected something midway.
In
Ah,
between,
fantastic,
yeah.
fantastic point.
So
I didn't know that.
so what would be your position?
In a way, we should decide the upper point, we should decide the central point, and we should decide the coaxial superior axis.
Yeah.
So this, in this point, if I want to say you are puncturing it from the upper point,
Yeah.
you are puncturing it from here, so that is the upper point. You are puncturing it in the middle that you have identified by rotation. You identified that there is no vessel in this part. So these are the steps. That
Yeah.
any more trick you know before you decide to puncture?
So what you would use your
Hmm?
up down knob or elevator? using
Another
the
very
needle?
important point that what happens when you're doing initially, your scope position is not very fixed. So you do up knob, no, up knob up, so that the scope will be just opposed to the wall of the cyst.
Okay.
So your distance will be less and your puncture will be completely, I mean, clean puncture.
Dr. Amitabh Jared just now raised a point. He says, I want to measure the wall thickness
Yeah.
from my probe to the cyst. So this is 0.4 centimeter. You feel comfortable?
That's fine.
What is the maximum you will not be feeling
So
comfortable?
usually more than 1 centimeter, that's you have to think of. You have to choose the wise position where the less than 1 centimeter position would be. The thickness of wall should be less than 1 centimeter.
More than 1 centimeter. You will not.
Yeah,
So-
of course you can go it if there is no vessels. You think your cyst and wall is opposed, but the distance will increase your risk of complications and possibly
Any
Sorry.
minimum thickness will-
1 centimeter. I think that's the
1
hard
centimeter.
and-
Minimum.
No, I don't
No,
think
maximum, no,
anything
maximum, maximum. So we don't, so again, we want to go slow, means we are not in a hurry.
Yeah.
So we said we will identify color Doppler, we will identify upper point for puncture, we will identify lateral point of puncture,
Yeah, that's important.
okay? And we'll find out there is no blood vessel and anything else,
And you identify you are not crossing the diaphragm as you have told.
identify you are not crossing the diaphragm.
Yeah.
And second, the last but not the least is there any portal hypertension or not?
Yeah, of course, the collaterals, I think you should avoid collaterals. That's why you put the Doppler for that
Okay.
one.
So one of the question is, two more questions I have. Should we look for collaterals before or after, or no need to do this in the, as in this case? Because
So
there
I
can be
think-
splenic in thrombosis.
So that's a difficult question. Some people prefer before doing cystogastroscopy, some people prefer to do CT scan. Okay.
Okay,
Because the cyst cavity compresses the collaterals. Even you will put the Doppler, sometimes you will miss the collaterals in the wall of the where you are puncturing it. But some people prefer before doing it
please
CT
say
scan.
this
Yeah.
answer. So some people prefer
Contrast
this.
and CT scan. So you can see the collaterals all around. I think if it is major collaterals, so I think you can avoid them. If you are thinking in US, there are minimal collaterals and find a way, go through it, then go ahead with cystogastroscopy.
One more
Because
question.
then as the cyst will collapse, the risk of bleeding will increase, particularly if you are putting the plastic stent. Metal stent, you are, but in as the cyst will collapse, the risk of it, you have to think of it beforehand.
Do you try and identify the relationship of pancreatic duct with the cyst so that you find out whether this is a communicating cyst with pancreatic duct or whether this is not a communicating?
So I
duct?
think in US, the cyst is large. Usually you try more than 5 centimeters.
Hmm.
So it's very difficult to identify most of the time whether is a PD is communicating the cyst or not. So if you have a beforehand imaging, that will let you know whether it is communicating or not. And if you will see in GI endoscopy, there is publication whether at the same time you are putting ECP stent or not. There is no difference between them.
So one more thing just want to show for the audience. Ajay. In this case, if I try to identify that this is the aorta on the far side of the screen, one thing I should do is I should apply pulse Doppler.
Yeah.
Because when the color Doppler does not work, then the pulse Doppler may work, and we will try. So though we see no signal, but this is one of the ways to find if you are trying to find out whether there is any flow is present in the far side of the screen or not. Is don't apply color Doppler, apply pulse Doppler. So how to prevent? Now, second thing is, do you want somebody to hold the scope when you are doing the puncture, or recoil and all this a problem or not?
Yeah, of course, the scope position should be fixed.
भैया एक आदमी
So,
एक आदमी स्कोप पकड़ो उधर जाके we are asking some assistant to hold the scope.
so that's important point. As you more experienced, I think you can handle that. But when you are initial period of career, so if your scope position will slightly here and there, then your visibility will be lost. So it's important that your scope should be fixed.
What are the cysts you like to puncture?
Cyst means
I mean, when would you like to puncture a cyst? When would you not like to puncture a cyst? Let it go.
depend on the size and symptoms. Like
Yeah.
previously, if you will see the old literature, it says that 5 centimeter has to be drained or requires surgical But now you see the over the decades, our thought has been changed. Now, even if suppose that any patient has 8 centimeter or 10 centimeter doesn't have symptoms at all, or that sorry, any pseudo will not like to touch it. You can
Asymptomatic is, would you like to follow it forever if it's not giving symptoms, or is there a timeline to it?
So if you will see one PGI study that has shown that even if it is asymptomatic cyst, only at the cyst get resolved over the 6 months.
Right.
The rest of the cyst will persist. So you have to follow these patients.
Ultimately, if it is asymptomatic, testing maybe after 6 months, you'd like to puncture it. That's how it
So I think it's difficult to answer if it is asymptomatic, because all the procedures you are doing, there's some risk of some complications always there.
I think
Okay.
one has seen over a period of even 1 year, 2 years, slowly they become smaller. Many times they stay asymptomatic forever.
Yeah.
And what is the earliest timeline after an attack when you would like to do it?
It depends on whether it is acute pancreatitis or chronic pancreatitis. In acute pancreatitis, obviously there are studies that shown that before 4 weeks go and do it. When in 3 weeks the patient has formed wall. But most likely it is 4 weeks is the time where most of the cysts become mature, so that after that you can go it. Because if the wall is not mature, the chances of leak is higher. Even if you will do necrosectomy, as the previous speaker was telling us, that necrosectomy is dangerous thing. So if you will go for necrosectomy, the chances of always there is a leak chances of leak.
So what would be your pressing indication for an early intervention?
So of course, the early indication of acute pancreatitis organ failure. If there is a persistent organ failure, it is not resolving, you have to do some intervention.
So if there is a disease which is progressing,
Acute
So,
versus
no, I would like to just wait for 1 minute and try to prove my point, because
Yeah, yeah.
I have labeled some of the structures. And again, this is not just, it is my view and we are trying to talk. I refer that to me, this is a before puncture, because I have labeled in this case 2 structures, that is the aorta, this celiac artery and superior mesenteric artery. And I would say this is not a pseudocyst, this is a lesser sac collection, because when I rotate it like this, I am finding this cyst is possibly connected at this particular place. It is this particular place, and this is the superior pancreaticoduodenal folds. What happens embryologically, the vessels come from posteriorly from aorta along the superior mesenteric. This is the thing that I wanted to show, that this is more a superior pancreaticoduodenal fold. And second reason I would say is that this content, whatever you are seeing, they're more towards one side.
Yeah.
And they're not towards the central part of the cyst. So, but again, these are just conjunctures. Third reason I would have said is, if I rotate and this cyst has got 3 dimensions, it goes all the way to the hilum of the skin. The lesser sac has got 3 recesses, and this, if it goes to hilum of the spleen, then this is a lesser sac collection and not a pseudocyst. But doesn't matter, both can be trained. Okay, that's sorry.
No, that's fine.
and also how much WP would prevent you from getting this with a plastic?
Yeah, okay. So
So
plastic
that's
versus metal. Yeah.
So the previous speaker answered the question. If you see that more than definitely you should put the metal stent. Completely pseudocyst, plastic stent will do your job. But many people, the cases, they put the they put it. But
We will measure the volume
40%.
because we have Hitachi engineer with us. So
Yeah.
what we will do is we will measure volume of the cyst. Okay. Can we measure? Stop. Okay. Please measure the volume of the cyst. And then we will measure the volume of the contents. And then we'll compare the volume.
Which model you feel is the best before going in with an EO, with a therapy? Do you believe MRI?
It depends on what you have. What we do ultrasound, and ultrasound give you very good idea about the- okay. So we prefer to do an ultrasound. Okay. And MRI is also good modality to give you the quantity of a debris, but CT scan is not preferable for if you are want to quantify the debris. Either ultrasound or
Measured this volume is 1400 and 1500 ml. Now we'll measure the volume of the debris. So please find the debris.
Yeah.
So this is one axis. This is two axis. And so we measure it in three axis and the volume of automatic comes. So this is how much?
88.
88 ml. So we compare, this is 2000 versus less than 10. So we are morally accept that we need to place, whether it is debris or no debris, we will place a plastic stent.
Plastic stent. Yeah.
Thank, that's it. Now you can proceed, please.
So now I will puncture. Okay. And enlarge slightly that area. Yeah. So this is needle, and I puncture it. Put the wire, please. Yeah. Just a stick.
Syringe.
Yeah.
So, sir, why you are putting the syringe?
So you can see the color,
Okay.
and also you will have idea of that there is no bleeding inside.
Okay.
Okay. And the pressure will be slightly less inside the cavity. Okay. And you can see culture also.
Yes.
That's also one of the important thing if the patient has infected cyst. So now we are putting the 035 wire.
Yeah.
This is jag wire.
Okay. So, any
Can be a
preference of
fluoro.
wire have, or is it okay to put any of the
Type of wire.
type of wire?
No, I don't have preference. I think
Okay.
035 wire. That's fine. I think.
VZ or
Yeah. So I have take out a needle. Just fix it. So I will hold the wire. Can we have fluoro now?
Yeah, fluoro.
Just 1 second. I have to see the wire where it is visible or not. No, here is the wire.
Yes.
So,
So
in
sometimes
US,
the wire would go in an oblique direction.
so you have to fix the wire so that they're
So-
not moving in or out.
So how wire, sir?
So just with lever, and you can see also position in the fluoroscopy.
Yeah.
Yeah, out, needle is out. Now you can give the cystotome and fluoro.
So which? Yes, yes.
Fluoro?
Just a second.
fluorescent wire. ये दूसरे साइड से नहीं आएगा? सुन
हाँ.
This is
Okay.
cystotome, 6 range. Yeah.
So you should also have a look that while putting a cystotome, first put the lid of the instrument channel over the cystotome and pass it.
So there will be no air leak.
Yes. So if you forget, then you have to redo it again.
So you can see the wire in the
Yes.
US image.
Yes.
You want a fluoro image?
I think now out. Yeah. Indocut. So
What would be your
so we are RB 300, I think 300D. Yeah.
yes? So
Use the Indocut.
and what
mode.
would be your settings?
So that's, I think that's fine setting, effect 2. Okay. And with that, I have taken out, you can see there is a movement there
Yes.
of the cystotome,
Okay.
and then you can go with the Indocut. I'm inside now.
Yes.
You can see the movement of the cystotome. Okay. Now you can take out the endo. Just take out. Now I will take the balloon to dilate it because CRE also with 8 to 10. Okay. So in plastic stent, because with cystotome, diameter is still very small, so you will not able to go inside the cyst cavity.
Okay.
So dilate the tract.
Yeah.
But after dilating, there is some fluid will be come into the stomach cavity.
Yes, sir. So, do you prefer all your patients to be intubated during
Yeah, we do
cystostomy or-
all patients with intubation because it gives you peace of a mind,
Yes, sir.
because patient will not patient will be completely sedated, and also in cyst cavity, if after drainage, it lots of fluid will come into the stomach cavity, so there is always a respiration.
Okay. So, while passing a cystotome, sir, do you find any difficulties if there is a thick wall?
No, there is no thing. The important is that you take out the cystotome, see in your US image, and then pushing the cystotome, put the paddle on. So then you can directly go into the cavity.
So is this one size cystotome is fine for all the cavities, or do you use different sizes?
No, no, 6-8 French is fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
And between
So always look for the where is your wire. So
Hmm.
hold it like this one.
Are
So,
there times when you're not able to push the cystotome through because of the wall thickness, this and that?
sorry.
Are there times when cystosome does not go through because of the thickness
Yeah.
and all? Then what do
When
you do?
your position is not straightforward, like you have moved position
Right.
from where you have punctured, then you will have difficulty because you have moved from the position, so you will have difficulty in sorry, in putting the cystotome.
Please tell power setting for the cystotome.
so
Take the power setting.
here the power setting that are used are the same as the ERCP. So endocut 1 was used, effect 2, cut duration and cut interval of 3, and forced coag with effect 2 and maximum watts of 30.
So now
Do you increase the wattage when it does?
If not cut, sometimes the wall is thick and
no, I think it's more important is what
Position.
is.
confirm the position.
Yeah.
So if you're perpendicular, you go through that.
So I am putting the knob on. I think I'm inside.
The next question is,
I have gone in. Yeah.
should we drain communicating asymptomatic?
So I'm
cyst?
just taking out the slightly. You can put contrast. Yeah. So now I will dilate the tract. You are putting the contrast.
Yeah.
It's not dilated.
So I think
Inside.
the
Yes,
balloon
inside.
is deep inside, so we
Okay,
need to withdraw the balloon.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I am withdrawing it. Just deflate it. Yeah, so I am taking inside. No, it is still not deflated. No, deflate it. Take out with the syringe, otherwise it will not come out. Just disconnect it and take out with the syringe. Yeah, now I will take inside. Yeah, show me the fluoro. Now I am in, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Now you can.
So you would put the second marker of the balloon just at the tip of
Yeah.
or inside,
No, just at the tip.
just at the tip. So now we are able to see that it is just at the tip of the scope. Yes.
So in US image also you can see there is
Yeah.
a balloon is inflated. So for 30 seconds is enough. Yeah, no, you have not inflated.
Fluoro,
Inflate it.
fluoro. So it is inflating, but there is still a cuff that is left.
Yeah, waste is there.
Waste
still.
is still there.
Yes.
Yes. So the waste is still not gone. So fluoro.
Yeah.
Okay, now it has still dilated, which we can confirm of on US also.
Yeah, you can
If we
see
rotate
on
the
US.
scope, we can
Yeah.
confirm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on-
deflate it. Take out with the syringe, otherwise it will
So,
not
so
come
one
out.
question has
Yeah.
come. How would you avoid puncturing at G junction?
I think we have answered that
Okay.
question.
So now among acute and chronic pancreatitis, so whether it is a walled off necrosis post acute pancreatitis and a pseudocyst post chronic pancreatitis,
Slow,
in which case,
slow.
in which case would you like to have a prior MRCP, or you are okay without an MRCP?
No, I need imaging definitely. Okay. In both the cases, we require imaging prior.
One of the things I would like to add is, once we puncture the cyst, we should probably try continuous suction because lot of fluid comes out.
Yeah.
And once we are going to place it, so we should continuously suck whatever fluid comes out.
Second fire.
He is giving you a dilator over which
So now, what do you want? You want to place two stent or one is plastic stent?
Two stents. I think that.
So what are the tricks of placing two stents?
So you can put both wires simultaneously, not just putting one stent and followed by second wire. No, you put both both guide wire simultaneously, like putting now the second wire. What we do that ERCP brush cytology catheter.
okay,
So we take out the brush in which there are two holes.
yes,
So after putting, after dilating it, you put advance the ERCP brush cytology catheter, and there is from another lumen, you put the another wire.
Okay.
So it's become very easy for putting the second wire. So
For dilatation of the
what
5 minutes.
or an
alternately, what we are
Then
doing
for
here
two
is we
minutes.
are using the
So
stent
what we can do is we can go for the lecture and do it in the next session.
fluoro.
Then we will do.
I mean now.
Before you go, we will try to see ESGJ.
Can you put the wire?
You please be here, because then you can add on comments.
No, wire is not gone. Who's the wire?
This is
Put the
first.
second wire.
The advantage is.
So alternatively, we can use the pusher of the stent or the dilator, showing the dilator, and then from that also we can
And
put the second wire.
both the wires should not be same color, like in
Yes.
jag wire or otherwise, so that you have idea which wire is what, which wire is what.
Okay.
Fluoro, please.
Yeah, so
I think second wire is gone. So I am taking out the, just push the both the wire. So I have hold the wire. Slow, not fast. It's very tight. No.
so here, what precautions would you take, sir, so that you don't
Fluoro, check the fluoro, all the wires are in place.
yeah, so that
Yeah.
your position has not changed from the
Yeah.
original position.
So your wire should not be dislodged. That's most important
Yeah.
because you have to hold the wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if by mistake your scope goes becomes proximal or becomes more distal and a loop form.
So
Then
that's,
what you
I
would
think,
do?
one of the most difficult situation you faced, huh?
Yeah.
Because, but wire is still in a place
Yes,
so
sir.
that then you can maneuver your scope to the previous position. The one wire you can give to other person to hold it.
Yeah.
So now what I will do, you have a stand, please.
Yeah,
Which stent is there?
double pixel 7 French.
Okay, this is 7 French.
So what is your preference of stents? You
Size,
prefer 7
10
French, 10 French, or
10,
1 7 1 10?
No, 10-7 most of the time, both 10-7, or you can push the 10-7 or 7-7 one stand. So what I will do now, we will go to the endoscopic view. Okay. So you put the air slightly, move away from your big knob away so that you can see. So I think this is the
So sometimes while you try to do this maneuver, you find lot of gush of
fluid.
fluid coming out.
Particularly
that
in
might-
worn, it's very difficult to visualize it. If
Yes.
it is clear fluid, that's
Yes.
fine. But if it is worn and dirty fluid, then your vision used to get obscure.
Yeah. So how do you approach in that scenario?
So you have to put the air, you should be away, okay? And you have to clean your lens continuously. I don't know where is the stent. I think I have reached it now. Not visible. Where is visible?
Yes.
Yeah,
Here
yeah,
is
yeah.
the stand.
Just hold it like this one. Yeah, just as, yeah. So I think first is gone. Yeah, this is first one.
Yeah.
So first is gone. Push it slightly, more than slightly withdraw it so that you have enough space to leave the stent now.
Hmm.
Just
Yes, so
take out the
this-
wire. Yeah. So now you push the stent. It is going inside. Slightly withdraw it.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now again you reposition it slowly.
So this maneuver is a little different than the normal ERCP. You're basically coming out and you're letting the stent loop outside. So that
Yeah.
entire doesn't go in.
Yes.
Hold the scope like this one. Yeah. So the second stent is 10-7.
Okay. So here you are moving away so that you don't put all of the stent inside the.
Yeah,
cavity.
your visibility should be there so that you should know from where. So this is the one Oasis catheter, I think.
Hmm.
And I think I'm inside enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Floor.
yeah. Now you can leave the stent. Open the stent catheter. Now I am pushing the stent. So yeah, it has gone inside. So this is the first one goes.
Yes.
Slightly push inside, then withdraw your scope slightly so that your both the ends should not be deployed into the cavity. Yeah, so just come out. Yeah. Take out the wire. Take out. This 10-7 only, na?
Yes.
Just one second. So I think both stent are visible or one stent visible. You see in the fluoro,
Fluoro.
I think one stent is migrated, I think. No,
No, both are both appears to
both
be-
are there. Both are there.
So it is behind this same stand.
Yeah, both
So both
stents
are
there.
visible and are in good position.
And then you can suck the fluids, that's important because suction. Or if there is a lots of fluid, you can put the rice tube for drainage so that patient do not get aspirated.
Any role of putting a drain?
So the initially before I think metal stent came. So if there is a wound, nasocystic drain plays a good role because you have a continuous aspiration. You can do also cystogram also, and apart from that, you can take a culture also, and you can do lavage also, irrigation also. But now being a metal stent available in one, most of the people do not.
So you feel happy that this was not a metal stand, the contents appear clear,
Yeah.
okay? So this is very well done. Thank you very much for giving your time despite a busy schedule in All India Institute and accommodating us.